Today you'll be taking the Social Studies 7 Quarterly 1 assessment by New York City Schools. Look at the following diagrams and charts to assist you as you work through your quarterly. Question 1. What belongs in the blank space on the diagram? The diagram reads, India, cotton and spices, China, silk, and blank. A. Wool carpets. B. Fine dishware. C. Ground coffee. Or D. Polished silver. Question 2. Why did the Western Silk Road end at the Mediterranean ports such as Antioch? A. After such a long journey, most traders wanted to stop. B. Most of the goods the Chinese wanted came from that region. C. Goods could be loaded there onto ships to be taken to other lands. Or D. The Roman Empire did not allow Chinese goods within its borders. Question 3. Which of these facts relating to the Silk Road is an example of cultural diffusion? A. China became wealthy trading silk. B. Travelers faced many dangers on their journey. C. Different animals carried goods on different parts of the route. Or D. Europeans learned some Chinese manufacturing methods. Question 4. What do the three items pictured below have in common? A. They all came to the West from China. B. They were all kept secret by Chinese emperors. C. They all began in India and spread along the Silk Road. D. They were all trade goods from Mesopotamia on the Silk Road. Question 5. When some Chinese Buddhists crossed Central Asia to learn more about their religion, what did they bring back? A. Robes from Egypt. B. Leather from Russia. C. Sacred texts from India. D. Golden bowls from Rome. Turn the page, and now we're on question 6. Question 6. Today, billboards are large roadside advertising signs. Some billboards describe outlet malls or other places ahead on the road where drivers can shop. In the space below, create a billboard that have might been seen on the Silk Road. Include the following on your billboard. Describe the places that are encouraging people to stop. Identify 4 goods they would likely to be traded in the area. Identify where at least 2 goods come from. Explain why people would want to have these goods. Use correct English. So, in the box here, create your billboard for the Silk Road. Label all the stops and all the information. Use it in the box provided. Question 7. How did the Greek mountains affect communication? A. They isolated communities. B. They promoted road building. C. They led people to write letters. D. They made farmers stop speaking. Question 8. What made farming in ancient Greece especially difficult? A. Mud. B. Rocks. C. Bandits. D. climate? Turn the page. Question 9. What problem did ancient Greek communities try to solve by starting colonies? A. Too many ships. B. Too much timber. C. Shortage of people. D. Shortage of farmland. Question 10. How did colonies affect ancient Greek culture? A. They spread the culture over a wide area. B. They led the Greeks to adopt Asian culture. C. They caused village cultures to develop in different ways. D. They forced settlers to lose their culture and rights as Greeks. Question 11. Which choice of titles would best fit as column headings in the chart below? The chart reads, at the top, Ancient Greece. On the left column, olive oil and pottery. On the right, grain and metal. Is it A, wants and needs? Is it B, farms and villages? Is it C, goods and services? Or D, exports and imports? Question 12. What did Greek sailors use to help them steer their ships? A. Stars. B. Charts. C. Radios. D. Compasses. Question 13. Which form of government in a Greek city-state usually came first? A. Tyranny. B. Oligarchy. C. Monarchy. D. Democracy. Question 14. How was ancient Greek democracy different from democracy in the United States? A. Citizens voted directly on all issues. B. Citizens gave their leaders total power. C. Citizens elected representatives to make laws. Or D. Citizens listened to the ideas of powerful speakers. Question 15. What idea that is important today came from ancient Athens? A. Nobody should be a slave. B. People should rule themselves. C. Men and women should be equal. D. Leaders should be both wise and good. Turn the page. Question 16. Why is Herodotus called the father of history? A. He had many children. B. He taught in the Agora. C. He wrote about the past. D. He was an important leader. Question 17. Which of the choices below is a part of American democracy that comes from the ancient Greeks? A. Juries of citizens. B. A council of elders. C. One official religion. D. Independent city-states. Question 18. Which of these list of items would Pythagoras and Euclid most likely have written about? A. Rocks, stones, and dirt. B. Skin, blood, and bones. C. lines, circles, and squares. D. Actors, costumes, and stages. Question 19. What influence from ancient Greece is visible in the picture below of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C.? A. The use of columns. B. The honoring of heroes. C. The effect of bright lights. D. The importance of religion. Question 20. What is the one way the modern Olympics are like those of ancient Greece? A. The location changes. B. An athlete lights a flame. C. Games are held every year. D. Many countries send athletes. Turn the page. Use the chart in your knowledge of history to answer the questions below. Write the word or phrase in the space provided. In the column, they are named Greek root and meaning. On the left-hand column, you'll see the Greek root acro, auto, bio, dim, geo, micro, philo, tele, cracy, graph, graphy, logi, meter, metri, phone, polis, scope, soph, sophie. The meaning on the right: high, height, self, life, living, people, earth, small, love of, far away, rule, power, writing, science, study, measure, measuring, sound, city, device for viewing, wisdom. Question 21. The Athenians built temples on a special hill. Why did they call that hill the Acropolis? Question 22. Geometry began as a system for measuring areas of land. How can that origin be seen in the word geometry? Turn the page. Question 23. Write each of these words next to its meaning below. A. Autobiography, democracy, microbiology, microscope, philosophy, telescope. A. Love of wisdom. B. Rule of the people. C. Writing about one's own life. D. Study of very small living things. E. Device for looking at things far away. F. Device for looking at very small things. Again, write the word that corresponds with its meaning. Question 24. Identify one additional word that can be made from the Greek roots in the chart from the previous page. Write the word here. Last question, 25. Plan a tour of a town, either real or made up, in the United States today. The tour stops will reflect 3 different forms of government influence from this list. Your question: exploring the essential question, how did ancient Greece contribute to the modern world? And the list of words: literature and history, astronomy, architecture, government, geography, theater, medicine, biology, sports, mathematics. And your task, write the text for a flyer or a brochure from your tour. It should include the following: a description of each of the 3 stops on the tour, an explanation of how each site shows the influence of ancient Greece, a reason why visitors interested in Greek contributions would visit that site. You will be given a blank sheet of paper to draw and write your thoughts on after you create this tour of a town or in either a made-up or a real place in the United States today. This concludes your quarterly from the first part of the school year. Recheck your work, make sure your answers are bubbled in on your Scantron, and make sure you rework anything that you have left unfinished. This concludes your quarterly.